Are working on ranking up in Risk. We're going to do a little series, tips and tricks, strategies, how to get ranked up while you're playing ranked games in Risk. Today we're playing against a ranked lobby on the Europe Advanced map. This is Blizzard's progressive cards. We're going to walk through just some strategies and different tips. Okay, so we're playing as purple. This is green starting. As you can tell, we got Blizzards. So one of the key things to know is the game of Risk online has dramatically changed. When you're playing ranked matches, people are a lot more likely to play Good Neighbor than they were 6 months ago or a year ago or a year and a half ago. That seems to be trending that direction. But the problem is you still have a lot of people that don't know the Good Neighbor type way of playing, allowing people to have bonuses. So you got to watch out for that. So the key lesson to take is to be very, very patient when you start your ranked game of Risk. Watch and see who's making moves that look like they've played a lot and have experience, unlike this green player that's playing right now and just attacking everywhere and wasting all of their troops. That's a pretty good sign that they're maybe not a super experienced player and may not be the best neighbor to have on the board. So pay attention to that. Don't focus solely on I have to get a bonus on my first turn. Don't do that. That is a really dangerous way to play, and it'll win you some games for sure, but you won't win enough consistent games to actually get to rank up in Risk. So when you're trying to rank up in Risk, make sure you're being very patient early on. It's okay if your turn 1 doesn't get a bonus. Focus on where you have the most troops and where you have the least troops to go through to get a bonus. So down here in North Africa, or in West Africa, I have 6 troops, but I also have a ton of troops I'd have to go through for a bonus, and I have a bonus next door to me. That's not the play. The play's right here in Russia. Even though it's the harder bonus to take usually, I can attack here to take the rest of my border. I can end attack phase, and I can fortify up. Right? I'm not focused on having to get a bonus this turn to start my game. That's not the way to play. You've got to play more conservatively than this. Sometimes you will have people that play super aggressive playing against you in these ranked games, taking out your bonus and things like that, and you've got to be the one to be patient and calm. Yes, you could ruin their game. Yes, you could revenge, make sure they don't win, but it's not going to help you win consistently enough to move up in the rankings. You're just going to move up and down, up and down, up and down. So to consistently move up, you've got to be super, super patient early on. That's what we're going to do. We have a 4-stack in Russia is our problem right now. And we're not going to do something crazy like go 6 on 4. We're going to trust that blue needs his 4-stack somewhere else, just like there. He moves it out. Blue's also over attacking, just attacking way too much. So green and blue are relatively new players. They don't have a good feel for how much to attack yet. Red looks like a pretty good player. They did take a split bonus, which can be tricky to hold on this map. Black takes his bonus. Let's see if he guards or not. That could be a telltale sign in how much he guards with. So he's got a great bonus he's working on. He's going to take Great Britain. He's got a really good spawn position. Currently he has Iceland up here, and then he can move into Great Britain. The bonuses on this map: Iceland's a +2, British Empire's +3, Scandinavia +3, Russian Empire 7, Eastern Europe 8, Central Europe 5, Western Europe 4, Southwestern Europe 4, Southern Europe 4, the Dinaric Alps 4, Southeastern Europe 4, Orient 6, North Africa 3, West Africa 6. A lot of bonuses, a lot of potential. There's plenty of places to go where you're not going to be directly next to someone else, and that's in general what you want to find on this map. You also want to pay attention to split bonuses when you're in Blizzards. Italy here is a split bonus. You have to have troops on both sides. The reason that's a really important thing to watch out for is because if someone breaks you on one side, you may not be able to retaliate or retake because they can pull you off that side. So split bonuses are tough in general. Red's beginning to overattack as well. He didn't put his troops in the right spot, so he made himself have to take on 3 or 4 2-on-1s, which is okay. So we still have these 6 troops down here. There's just not much we can do with it. And if it happens to break the right way, this could end up being a secondary that we look to take. But for now, we're not going to mess with it. We also have a split bonus we're working on, which I just realized. So this green 1, that's why you want to pay attention to that. Actually makes this a split bonus to take Russia. So we're going to have to figure out a plan and how to deal with that, which would be some good adversity here. We're going to split guard that for now. Even though it's not a bonus, it at least gives us a nice back to what we're taking. So for now, we're going to split guard that. Our move could either be to take the Orient, which is another split bonus, so it's going to be really hard to take. Or we move into Central Europe here, depending on what red does. We could take the Alps potentially. That's probably the move we should be making. Oh, 2 is not a blizzard. That's why I was not worried about that. Okay. I shouldn't have split guard there. I was looking at that as a blizzard. Sometimes white and blizzards is tricky when you're playing the white player on a blizzard map. All right, white is going to try to work through Africa here. And West Africa is a +6, but he's got 10 troops he's got to get through. So he's got a lot of work to do there to take that bonus. Here goes blue. He's working down into Central Europe. Overtacking a little bit. So far, we're guessing that black is probably the most experienced player. Leaving a 1 guard here is a pretty good sign that this is an experienced player. He's going to take this, and he's going to be pretty formidable in this map. He'll move across here, and he's going to be right up next to me. So that's going to be a challenge. Blue gets his bonus. You'll notice I'm almost around 3 without a bonus. If I was going for like a 3 troop bonus, I would want it by the end of round 2. But again, it's not the end of the world if you don't get it. Don't ruin your whole game trying to get that bonus at the right time. Black's in a great spot. He got a great spawn. He's done well with it. All right, green has a chance to take the Scandinavia bonus, but he knows black is sitting there with an 11 stack, so he is feeling pretty frustrated at this point in the game. I think he takes Scandinavia. And the good news for me, at least, is that it creates a lot of troops that black has to go through to get over to Russia. That's the good news. I messed up by split guarding here because I didn't think there was a bonus, then I thought there was a bonus or a split bonus. So I should have left my troops here where this 4 is. I think I can recover. Green is just over attacking a ton. Notice he's got 26 troops, which looks good, but he's got 17 different territories. So it means he doesn't have very many troops on each territory. All right, here goes red. He's going to start working on France, or what on this map is called Western Europe. In my opinion, hitting this 2 would be too aggressive of a play. I think he'll stop before it. Yeah. See, and that's an unnecessary attack. No need to make that attack on blue there. He just weakens his 4. Be efficient with your attacking. You only have so many troops in the early game. So we're going to try to take Russia. We'll see how it goes. We're going to slide her down. Sliding down is the concept to lose less troops because you bring less troops to the battle. We're not going to put a big guard. We're going to put a 4 there just so green knows we don't want him to come this way. And we've noticed he's a newer player. And we're going to leave the 5 here. So someone could break us. We've got a 1 down here also. We could be broken. But that's kind of the format of the new way Risk is played online in ranked battles is you don't guard. But you will get in some matches where that hurts you because you're playing with players that want to break you. All right, here goes white. I thought he was taking Africa, but now he's going to move his troops up to Spain, maybe realizing that it was going to take too many troops to take Africa. So he moves a 5 stack up. He's got a bonus. Red's got a bonus. Black has 2 bonuses. He's getting +5 each turn. Green has a +3. Blue has a +4. White's a +3. And red is a +4. All right, blue finishes off this little pocket where black is. Black's at least losing externals, and I think this is probably the best player on the board just watching early in the game. Hard to tell for sure, but just the way he's playing early in the game looked like a experienced player. And that is Gunny 1511 from Belgium, playing as black. So black losing his externals is probably a good thing for me overall. Okay, so step one, you got to get a bonus in your first 3 rounds. You got to get a bonus. If you're looking for like a +3, you probably need to start working on a second bonus for this map specifically. If you're looking at a +3, +4, you want to start working on a second bonus and try to get it by round 3 or 4 would be the goal. If you got a +7 like I do, I want to make sure I am not looking too intimidating. Because another part of ranked battles is people will go at the strongest player. The other thing that's become super popular in ranked risk, and I'm sure you guys have seen this, is feeding. The concept that basically if I just weaken one player enough, everyone will take him, has become a really popular concept. Even if I can't take him out of the game, I'm going to feed him so that he gets taken out before me. So you got to watch out for that. Try not to be feedable, I guess, is the term. So what we need to do is probably work on a secondary. I don't know necessarily the best secondary. I can really hurt white by taking him out of this position, and I can really hurt red by taking him out of this position. But I don't want to start an all-out war necessarily, knowing that black is still up here and I'm going to have to deal with him. So I don't mind having a secondary position down here, and I'm going to add some troops to my spot down here just to try to fortify a little better. Because having a second position is really valuable when people start trying to either feed or go get bounties. You might think that the move is to take the Orient, which would be okay, except I can't take the whole Orient. I can't get that bonus because it's split by a blizzard here. Or to take Eastern Europe, which is another +8, because that's adjacent to me. The problem with taking Eastern Europe is I would look extremely intimidating, and I would no longer be able to guard with ones. People would start breaking me really fast, and I don't want to lose troops for no reason. Okay, I could trade in cards, but we're playing progressive, so it's only 6, so I'm not going to trade in cards at this point. I am going to add a little bit to my exterior down here. And I'm going to just get an easy take. I got 5 left. Something like that. Let's add a little more to our exterior so we can do something with that, maybe. Okay, we're going to take just an easy card. And we're going to fortify back. Not trying to be intimidating. They can break me if they want to. Black has not gone yet. Okay, I thought he was letting green keep that after green hit him. That would be surprising. Black will take all of this, maybe all of Scandinavia. He's got a 5 + 3, so he's going to get 8 troops and then maybe cards. Okay, white puts 8 down there and points at me. He's upset that I added those troops. He builds on his 10, which is fine. I thought he was moving up into Spain, so I thought I was cool to add those, but apparently I was not cool to add those. That's what I'm being told. So we'll see how that plays out. You don't want to upset anybody for sure. People get really mad playing Risk and playing ranked games. They get really upset and they will do very illogical things just to try to ruin your life. Blue has a really good setup working now. He's got a 2-point guard. He's getting a +4. And he's got a really nice central position on the board. So blue looks like he may be figuring it out a little bit what to do and how to set up in this. Black adds 3 there, maybe going to break red. Doesn't like red's getting 2 bonuses. He adds 4 there because he's definitely taking green out of that position. Let's see what black does. You love this when you're playing. You want other players to break each other because they get upset at each other instead of you. They go waste their troops on hitting each other. He doesn't even break green. He forgets to break green because he went after red. So let's see what green does with this. Surely he doesn't break me. That would be a wild decision by green. But again, we're playing ranked risk. Anything can happen. It looks like he's going to hit me up in Russia and Scandinavia from Finland here. No, he's just building his guard, which is fine. And he moves everybody out. That's great. Okay, we can be friends up there. All right, cards are at 6 still. We've had one player turn them in so far. Cards will happen next turn, and it'll get very interesting. Red retaliates against black, and he breaks green. So red, green, and black now have a cycle of violence, which cycles of violence and risk are great. As long as you're not in them. Don't be in them. Just be cool. Be relaxed about how you're playing. So a couple options here. I think, so I could have, so red's already broken. So I could take red out of this position and make it where he just can't come back down here. If I add any troops, I think I'm really going to upset white. And I really don't want to upset white that much. What I want to do is upset white differently. So what we're going to do is we're going to start working on this exterior. Yeah, I need to hit him here. I'm just making it look like I'm just getting an easy take, man. Nothing to worry about. Could have done this a little differently. That was my bad. I kind of changed my mind halfway through. I'm leaving a 1, and I'm not breaking white. I'm leaving a 1 just to give a few less troops for him to hit me with if he wants to. He's got this 2 stack here that's kind of scaring me. I should really take his 2 stack out of this position. But I feel like we should be able to coexist here in Africa. Like, no one's going to take this anytime soon. Look how many troops are down here. Him acting like he's got a claim to this, I think, is a little unfair, but what I think and what he thinks could be totally different things. So what I think may not matter in terms of his actions and the repercussions I'm going to have to live through because of making that move. White's thinking we don't want him to add to this too. Black's going to get taken out of these externals pretty soon if he doesn't build. He may break red again. Okay, white goes back for Spain, which is where I wanted him anyway. My goal was for him to move his troops. Oh, he moves them all back down into Africa. Okay. Interesting. I don't like that white's threatening my 10 stack there, or my 9 stack. So what I can do is I can take white out of this side of the board completely, force him to come through red and green, and maybe even blue at some point, to come back and hit me. So that's what I'll do on my next turn, is I'll take this piece. It creates a position where I can guard from these just 3 spots. I can guard all of this, even though it's not a lot of bonuses. It's a lot of territory. And when you're playing Europe, advanced territory can mean troops. So if you're at less than 12 troops, you get 3 troops and bonus troops each turn based off your territories. Once you get up to 12, you get 4, 15 is 5, just like that, so on. So if I can get up to 20 territories, which I would if I took these 3 and didn't lose any additional ones, I'll eventually lose them. But I'll be getting a couple of bonus troops each turn. So kind of like having a +2 bonus. Let's see if green's still cool with me. He built again as a 6. I haven't threatened him at all. I've left that 4 there, trying to say we're going to be friends. And he attacks me. And he loses. Okay. Does our plan change? We're not getting a ton of troops from trading in here. We're going to get a D8 because red got the 6. Green trying to break me probably causes me to need to break him. But let's see what red does. Red just reconstitutes his territory, or he goes to break green. Yeah, he breaks green. So if I break green up here, green's got 3 cards, so he could get like 12 troops. I don't think I waste my time breaking him. I think my time and energy is better spent upsetting white. Just going to rebuild to where that's not really valuable for him to go hit. Move this up so I've got a 3 guard. Obviously it's not split correctly. White's still here, which is a problem. And he gets his 10 cards. So he's going to break me most likely here. I'll be able to reconstitute. Or but this keeps him from being able to keep all his troops and getting a big stranglehold down in Africa. So he's got to pick one or the other. He picks Africa, which is fine. He's going to have to use up a bunch of troops to do it. He's in a very precarious position. He rolls a 4-on-2. Never roll a 4-on-2. Just don't do it. Unless you're like trying to get a bounty and you're one move away from the game, maybe, but 4-on-2s just don't work. Don't do 4-on-2s. Don't do 5-on-3s. Don't do 4-on-2s. Some good tips there. All right, so white is down to this position plus these 2. I've got to take his 2 out next turn so that he can't change his mind. Don't think blue has any incentive to break me at this point. The good news is I only have 1 bonus, so I'm not super threatening in that sense. Blue's taking easy takes and burying his troops back behind his lines. Playing a pretty defensive game, which is a good move. He's playing a very patient, safe game. He's basically saying, if you hit me, then you're opening up my stack, so don't hit me. But he's holding on to his +4, and he's held on to it all game. Here goes black, maybe trying to take green out of the game, or maybe trying to break me. I think he goes for taking green out of the game, and no, he adds to this stack, which is interesting. He's up to 53 troops. Definitely the troop lead. Would love for him. Okay, he just does an easy attack. Decides not to break red. Interesting. Green may be going to break red. I'm leaving green as kind of a buffer state between black and I here. I would love black's exterior to be taken out, but I don't see that happening anytime soon. Green takes back where he was broken. Lays low. Red comes back to hit green again. So notice when green tried to break me up here, I didn't lose my mind and start wasting all my troops going through them. I just rebuilt, played it cool, and you got to keep kind of a calm head in this. And when you're playing ranked, remember, you're never going to play these people again, most likely. So it's not like you're going to somehow accomplish anything by beating them this one game. You get a lot more value. You get a lot more value by winning the game than hurting them. Okay, so we're going to take white out of this position. We don't want him on our side of the board so he can't get any ideas. So we hit there, we end our attack phase and fortify back. We're going to keep our 23 open to the board, so we've got places we can work. We've also got some easy takes down here we can work with. White's getting his 20 troops from training in cards. At some point, the game becomes taking out a player and getting cards. But you got to make sure it's it's productive, right? So 25 troops is a lot of troops. You can go take out red right now, like white's doing. But white lost his 2 here, so he can't do it anymore. It'll be interesting if someone takes red all the way out. Because these players aren't playing really aggressively in that turn. Blue should go take him out. Blue's a pretty good player. I think he knows to take him out. He's got a 5 stack here. Maybe adds 1 here. No, he's adding very defensively again. Okay. I don't know if he's going to take red out. He should, because he takes red out for 17 troops, but gets 25 next turn or more. So if red makes it to me, I got to take him out, but I don't think red makes it to me. I think black takes him out, maybe. He's got a lot of troops to go through to take him out. Yeah. But then red's got 4 cards, so unlikely he gets to me. If he happens to not have cards on 4 and it gets to me, and I get to get him with 5, that would be a dream scenario, and I probably win the game, just because of lucking out. But it's really unlikely. A, he's going to make it all the way to me, and B, he has cards when I get to take him out. If I get to take him out. Black gets cards on 3. See if he goes for... So he's going to go for green's bounty, I think, and get his 4 cards. It's a super smart play. He may go in and break me. I don't know. This is the tricky part. Okay, he's going to break me. No. He's just leaving a guard. Yeah. Black's a pretty good player. He got confused there because this Denmark piece only touches through the Rhine, so he was trying to figure out how to attack. He had to go through the Rhine to get to Berlin. He misattacks slightly there, but he'll be okay. He can leave a 3. And he doesn't take green all the way out of the game. I don't know if that was a misclick or what. That was crazy, though. Green gets cards. He's going to make a kamikaze run to take red out of the game. That would be the smart move. That's his like chance to stay in the game, is if he can go get... Oh, no, he breaks me. Okay. The one player that's been nice to him all game, he goes and breaks. Unless he's a bot. Yeah, he's botted. Green botted and breaks me. That sucks. So another really important thing, red's a bot also. White's not a bot, blue's here, black's here. So red and green have botted, which happens a lot in these ranked games. Because people get mad that they got beat up, so they bot out. Which stinks because it's something you got to pay super close attention to. Because they act completely differently as bots than they do as people. So green's now 33. Oh, and we are reconnecting. Hopefully we don't bot out. I don't know why it's not actually reconnecting. Of course, this happened right on our turn. There we go. Okay. We don't have cards on 4. That can be a death sentence at this point in the game, so we got to play it smart. The bonus is not the key thing right now. The key thing is getting an easy take. The easiest take might be the bonus. So we're going to do that. Okay, we'll see what happens here. Not getting cards on 4 is brutal. Cards were up to 45. So taking out green is still productive, except you only get... I would have only gotten 2 cards. Taking out green or red on my next turn would be very productive. But green as a bot could come up here and hit me. Blue's still playing a very passive game. What's worked well for him, he's in the troop lead currently, although he's at 1 card. He's looking for an easy take, like he has all round. He goes and takes a sec. He goes to break me with a 2. Okay. He breaks me. This is starting to feel like the point where people try to create the fish, which is interesting because red and green were certainly the fishes before the cards changed. I have 5 cards though, so green is gonna, or blue was trying to make me look extra juicy to black. Black's currently trying to figure out, calculate maybe if he can take me out of the game. So that's the kind of fish style game to play, or the feeding style of the game to play, which has become common in ranked play in my experience recently. All right, so green and red are not going to turn in cards. We'll see what green does. I get cards, and green will have 3 as long as red doesn't take them out, which I don't think red as a bot will take them out unless it changed. Yeah, it's still a bot. So red will not take out green as a bot. Red's a continent building bot, so he's going to just try to take the Alps. Yeah. He's going to try to take the Alps. I take green, and I get to trade in cards in turn. But I'm going to go this way, so I have a kill line on red potentially also. All right, here's the fun part. We're going to send 7 troops to take those 2 out of the Crimea. We're going to take our 50, put it here, because we get to trade in again if we take red out of the game. I'm only going to send 3 there because I want to keep my options open on which direction I want to go out of this. We get 55 to add to our 37. White is the easiest takeout, but it's only 2 cards. All the rest of the guys are 2 cards. So it's not the way to go to take them out. We leave our 92 stack. We don't even break them. We're going to let them all hit each other, hopefully. None of them have cards, so they're all at 2 cards. What we're doing is they're all going to get some troops. Hopefully they hit each other. If not, I made a mistake. But the idea is I don't want to make it easy for anyone to go get a kill. I have an annoying piece right here where I've blocked myself off from hitting blue in this little area. But what I'm trying to do is see who's the weakest after these 3 turns that I can take my 94 to. The problem, again, I can't get to blue's stack unless he hits me. Hopefully he'll open me back up because I'm blocking myself off here. Okay, let's see. Again, watch for people botting in this moment too. No way he hits my 94. He gets an easy take. So if I have cards, wouldn't matter. Okay, I don't have cards, so I've got to take out white's 83 with 94 at this point. If I do, then I get cards, and I get to protect myself. See if blue connects me. No, blue's a smart player. Blue makes a really smart attack, makes sure I can't connect because I'm blocking myself off here. So I can't hit blue. Blue's not an option. Black's got more troops than white, and he's got more territory to deal with. Not more territories. So I guess but it just stretched further. I would have to make a loop through him. So they all 3 kind of played a game there where they tried to make themselves the least appetizing looking. White loses. I've got to take white out of the game. Take his 3 cards and trade in. Ugh. Send 4 troops up so we can hit here. We don't have like a giant stack to go kill someone with, but we've got enough troops. So make sure you get your +2s. I don't know why I did the opposite. And then we want to add somewhere that's going to allow us to attack both armies potentially next turn. We're not going to hit them at all because we want to save that opportunity. And we'll see what they do now. Ball's in their court. We've got the most troops, we've got the most cards, but they could get cards here and cause us a lot of problems. Yeah, here goes blue. He gets cards. Let's see what he does with them. If they both hit me, then I lose. If he adds to that 39, everybody, then I lose. But it looks like he's going to keep playing conservatively, take his small, easy take. And he's going to break me while he takes, which is fine. Okay, he uses up those troops. See if black also gets cards. I'm not going to be able to take someone out next turn if I don't have cards. I do have cards. So let's see if black has cards. Hopefully they don't both get them on 3. That would stink. Okay, black does not get cards so far. He might be slow playing it just to mess with us. He is. He's wasting a lot of his time on draft. Okay, so if we trade in our 3 cards, we're down to 1 card next turn. We could take out black. The problem is we would open ourselves up to be taken out by blue at that point. So black's trying to make it look more attractive for me to go take blue out of the game. That's what that move just was, trying to show that I could take blue out easier. The problem is, so I get 72, and I'm at 140, but if I take black, oh, I gotta take black. He's got 4 now. Okay. Sorry, I was telling you all that, and I wasted all my time. Let me see if I can get this done now. We gotta do a 9. Ugh. That almost messed me up. Okay, we're really struggling here. That would have been nice. All right, we gotta move fast through here, not mess up this little caveat to Europe Advanced. Ah, okay. That was my fault. I just spent way too long explaining the scenario to you guys. What's up, Brennan? Yeah, man. Spent too long explaining it, didn't realize. So black got his 4th card there, and I wasn't paying attention to that being able to turn in cards. So now blue comes and gets black's cards and probably takes me out of the game. That stinks. That's just a timing thing, which is frustrating, just the way the timers work. We'll tell him good game. That happens. Yeah, I was just messing around too long. I was counting stupid stuff. So the key is watching that card. So see, blue's getting his cards in turn. He's getting 75 troops. He's way ahead of me now in troop count. So he's going to hit my stack. He adds them all there, which is interesting. I guess he's got this 75 stack to work from. We'll see what blue knows to do now. I don't have cards. Wyatt is really laughing because he feels like I ruined his game. Okay. We should lose the game now, for sure. The games are going great, Brennan. We should lose now because we messed that up and he's got way more troops than me, but we'll see what we can do. He's leaving me a lot of... Does he block here or here? He doesn't block at all. Okay, so we've got to just break him everywhere we can. Okay, we come... I mean, his stack's open, so it doesn't really matter on that piece of it. Put like 10 there. Put the rest there. That'll be fine. We're just going to break him everywhere we can. We're going to keep that. We're not going to open up that stack. So I guess I didn't need that many up there. He's got 3 and he could have cards on 3, which would suck. We're just hoping that's not the case. So we just hit him as hard as we can. We're going to fortify here, I guess, because we know he'll eventually open that back up. At least we close the gap. If he doesn't have cards on 3, we got a chance. Okay, he doesn't have cards on 3. We don't have cards on 3 either. But if he... Depends how hard he hits us here. If he attacks a lot or not. Okay, he's breaking us through there. How many does he move? Yeah, he makes a much smarter move on this turn. He's a slow attacker. So when you're early on in the game of Risk, these camera animations are on by default and they slow down your attacking. So make sure you turn them off. Go to your settings and turn off those camera animations. They make this process way slower. So if we get something like 40 troops again, which I don't know that we will because he's starting to break me now a lot better. I think we might get like 20 troops. Maybe less. He's breaking a lot better now. No, he still leaves me quite a bit. Yeah, but he unlocks that, which is smart. And he doesn't unbreak me here. So what we do is we just hit him as hard as we can. We don't have cards, so we can only do so much. We're going to slider roll him to try to reduce our losses. Put 3 there, and then we just come hit him back as hard as we can. Can this hit there? Yeah. Oh, yeah, we got a little help. Yeah, we got him down to a 9 stack. That's great. Move our 17 up here, make him at least go through that. He probably gets cards on 4. I'm a faster attacker than him, so I've made up some of the area that I've lost by screwing up. Oh, he doesn't get cards on 4. Do I get cards on 4? No, neither of us get cards on 4. That's interesting. Okay. He comes down this same path to make the same breaks he just made last turn. Which is going to give me a bunch of troops again. I don't have enough to take him out until he gets cards. But can I get enough of an advantage? Yeah, that 3 breaks me there. Okay. So I add here. Okay, he breaks me from the 78. This is a smarter move by him. Oh, but he goes into the corner, which is weird. Breaks Germany. That was a lot of troops. That was smarter. And he breaks Russia, which is a bunch of troops. He makes a much smarter turn this time. I get 35. I'm not connected here, but I can take out the backside of his stuff here. So I'm going to split and take out as much as I can. And we're going to something like 9, 8, sure. Then we hit here, or we make him go through himself there. We push him one way at least. Knowing he has to have cards here. So he's getting, what's cards at? I could have played that a little bit. No, I couldn't have blocked him off that side, huh? So he got 80 troops. I'm getting cards next turn. I'm not going to have enough to take out 120 stack, but I'm going to do just as much damage as I can, follow back through this path, and see if I'm getting a huge advantage because he's not attacking as fast as I am, so I'm getting the territory bonus stuff way more than he is now. So all we're going to do is we're going to put enough here to be able to clear out his 3, which will put like a 7. Go 7 on 3 and feel pretty good about it. He's also rolling his stack into a corner, so he's leaving me some extra troops. I'm getting 40 plus this. I'm going to give myself a 7 stack to hit him with, and then everything else is going to just follow in his footsteps. You're noticing that I'm not going to have quite enough to take him fully out, but I can take him. Oh, I got him. Nice. So we overcame the mistake. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Hope you learned a little bit. This is just the first step in learning how to rank up in Risk, move your rank up to a higher level. If you found this helpful, please feel free to subscribe. I'm at Mitch on Risk on Twitch and on YouTube. And I will see you guys next time. Until then, may the dice be nice. See you guys.